So here we are, going to a wedding hall in Ashdod. And traffic's a little bit slow, and I just finished watching a movie, so I figured I'd just, tape the roadway for a bit. I mean, what else do I gotta do? Guess I could open a safer on my phone. But other than Yerushalmi Yevamos, I have it on my phone. Shit, anyways. Not really in the mood. It's always fun to add content to my blog, whether it be vlogging or blogging. Yep. A 488 or something to Ashdod. Second time in my life being here, as far as I know. I think I went here one time. I think it was on a stopover to somewhere, but I guess not, because I asked somebody and they said the two places were in different directions. This might have been Ashkelon that I went to twice. First time on a date on the beach. And second time we've been on the way to Varia, assuming that geographically that makes sense, but I can't be certain. There's a car I like. Actually, nobody in my back in Toronto's got the same car. Maybe an older model, obviously an older model, but it's a nice looking car. Toyota, I don't know what the CRX, CRV, CHR. I like it, although it's not my favorite car. Although it is very nice. Favorite car is the Audi TT Coupe. I don't think I've seen a car that I like more in my entire life. I mean, a Hummer I have, the old original Hummer. Yeah, those are pretty cool. And this street looks a little bit like a place I passed in Tel Aviv. Coming from homeless shelter on Ben Tzvi, going to the Tachna Merkazit. This street here kind of looks a little bit like that. This is a port town. Those are. Let's see if I can angle my camera over there. Those are containers. You can't really see them so well because of the sun glare, but yeah, those are shipping containers. You can see them over there in the distance. Shipping containers. Over there, see? Ashdod, nice palm trees, nice grass. Yishuv Adam does not look like this. It's not built up at all like this. There's only like 5,000-6,000 people living there. It's a small town. Pizza shop, one little grocery store, and it's like a toy store. Place that sells lottery tickets, stuff like that. It's pretty small, very quiet town. Very nice if you want to, just chill out. But I don't know. I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie, and I'm attracted to where people are. I gotta be out and about. Although sometimes it's nice to just stay home and just crash. Port down, so presumably lots of stuff gets shipped here. There's probably a lot of work. Bringing stuff from all over the world. I think Tel Aviv is also a port city, and Haifa maybe also. A lot of Israel's on waterfronts. So it makes it such a valuable piece of land. Jerusalem, I mean, to me, it's always about where the temple will be, where the basic image will be. Is it ever going to happen? Supposedly. But even if it isn't, I mean, I grew up at the end of the Yom Kippur service and the end of the Passover Seder was Lashana Haba Yerushalayim. Next year we're going to be in Jerusalem. And I'm like, how many years are you going to sing that and not do it? From infancy. my youngest years. You go to shul on Yom Kippur and you stay as long as you can. And definitely since I was bar mitzvah, although I haven't really kept the Yom Kippur in years. And the same thing with the Basil Seder. You know, as a little kid, I'd definitely be at the Basil Seder. Why wouldn't I? You know, unless I was throwing a temper tantrum. And as you grow up, you know, my biological family till I was 12. I think my bar mitzvah year. I'm not sure. I think maybe that year my mom. No, honestly, I can't remember. I don't know what I did for Basil Seder that year. 2 years later, I remember I was down by my cousins in down south Toronto. Not downtown, but in the Jewish community, in the Orthodox Jewish community. At least us Northerners living in Fort Hill at the time, that was south. In Bathurst and Lawrence and Bathurst and Glencairn. Going to the synagogue known as Viewmount. Nice looking building up there. I guess if I ever got wealthy enough, I wouldn't mind owning an apartment over there. A nice balcony, smoke my cigarettes, have my coffee, play my poker, watch my movies, my TV. My 14th year, Queens. 16th, I don't remember. I think maybe I did that with Mark Halpern. Plastic frogs and threw them on the table or whatever. I think maybe one of his brothers came over, maybe two of his brothers. And that was nice because, you know, I didn't have my own family anymore, you know. And I wasn't with my foster family. They started calling me Ben Byatt. I remember the next year, the following year I would have been in Israel, 19. I would have been Or Sameach at the time. I don't remember where I went for the Seder. Next year I don't remember either. I remember 2004 I went out to Florida and my girlfriend's family sponsored my stay at Crown Plaza Hotel, and that was a very nice Passover. Expensive, I imagine. Should have married that girl. Should have married her September or October 2001. I was just about 19 and she was just about 20. I'd have been turning 19 in November and she'd have been turning 20 in March. We could have convinced our parents to get us an apartment, and collectively our teachers and rabbis, etc., could have helped us find jobs, you know, take care of the apartment we all. It would have been beautiful. I was just a stupid little teenager, just wanted some fun for a couple of years, and here I am almost 40 and can't find a single woman to date me. I mean, I got one angle, I'm blessed, you know, I don't want any kids to support, but on the other hand, like, by now those kids would be grown. But at least I would have had the experience. But then again, if I'd had the experience, she'd be 41, who's to say she'd get pregnant? But, you know, in that community, it's common for women to have multiple kids, and I could still be raising, you know, my youngest at this point. You know, maybe 10, 15 years old. I don't know. Anyways, this is a little bit of Ashdod. I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and hey diddly ho, maybe somebody's going to enjoy it.